Beloved soul, today you are about to uncover truths that the world never taught you in school, but your spirit has always known. There are spiritual laws that govern the flow of wealth. These are not just about effort or hustle. These laws are subtle, energetic, and divine. They work silently in the background, and once you understand them, you'll realize why some people attract wealth effortlessly while others chase it for a lifetime. We've been conditioned to believe that money only follows action. But let me tell you this, money follows alignment. And alignment begins with consciousness. The universe is not random. It is mathematical. It is spiritual. It is law-driven, and just like gravity doesn't ask for your permission before pulling you down, these spiritual money laws don't ask for your belief before shaping your bank account. They're always at work, whether you use them or not. The first and often most overlooked law is the law of spiritual permission, a divine principle that governs whether money can even approach you energetically. Many people think they want wealth, but deep down, they've never truly granted themselves the spiritual right to receive it. Your words might say, I want to be rich, but your subconscious might be echoing, it's not safe, I don't deserve it, or I'm not like those people. This internal contradiction creates resistance at the energetic level. The universe listens more to your vibration than your vocabulary. You must clear the path not just externally, but internally, by granting yourself permission to thrive, to prosper, to overflow with divine riches. This law reminds us that money, in its purest spiritual form, is a servant of the divine. It is energy. It is neutral. It is not evil or greedy or corrupt. Those are projections that come from wounded systems and inherited beliefs. If you were taught that money causes problems, or rich people are bad, then even if you consciously desire money, your soul will treat it like a threat. Your nervous system will push it away. You may manifest just enough to survive, but never enough to feel secure, free, or expansive. Spiritual permission means rewriting these inner codes. It means healing ancestral poverty beliefs and releasing the shame that's been attached to wealth for generations. To fully activate this law, you must examine your relationship with wealth through the lens of worthiness. Do you truly believe you are worthy of an abundant life? Not just in theory, but in your bones. Do you believe it's spiritual to prosper? Many people who consider themselves awakened or spiritual secretly believe that money taints their purity. But this is a distortion. In truth, money in the hands of the conscious is a force for healing. Money is not the root of evil, consciousness is. When your spirit gives full permission for wealth to enter, you become a safe home for prosperity. You become a clear vessel through which divine abundance can flow without distortion or guilt. Practicing this law is not about wishing harder or working longer. It's about aligning your spiritual beliefs with your financial desires. It requires meditation, inner dialogue, and even mirror work where you look at yourself and declare, I am safe with money. I trust myself with wealth. I am allowed to receive more. These affirmations aren't fluff, they are commands. And the more often you spiritually approve of wealth in your life, the more the universe delivers confirmation in the form of opportunities, unexpected blessings, and material increase. The second hidden spiritual money listens when the soul says yes. Law of Identity Magnetism, and it is one of the most powerful forces operating silently behind every financial result in your life. This law states that money does not respond to your effort alone, it responds to who you believe you are. Your energetic identity acts like a tuning fork, constantly broadcasting a frequency that pulls in experiences, people, and financial outcomes that match that inner self-concept. If you internally see yourself as someone who always struggles, who never has enough, or who just gets by, then the universe will faithfully deliver that reflection, no matter how hard you work. It's not punishing you, it's simply mirroring your inner identity. This is why two people can do the same job, in the same industry, with the same skill set, and one thrives while the other barely survives. The difference is not talent, not effort, not luck, it is identity. One has become a vibrational match to abundance, the other remains tied to survival thinking. When your self-image is rooted in limitation, your financial reality cannot rise above it. No amount of strategy will override identity. Your mind may create goals, but your subconscious identity sets the ceiling. And unless you shift the story you tell about who you are, your wealth will always find a way to return to the level of your self-worth. To activate this law, you must begin to rescript your internal definition of yourself, not based on your past, but based on your divine truth. You are not the sum of your debts, disappointments, or bank balance. You are not bad with money. You are not too late or too far behind. These are illusions that keep you magnetized to lack. Instead, you must begin to say, and more importantly, feel, statements like, I am a divine magnet for wealth, I live in spiritual prosperity, and I am the embodiment of Divi. Any circulation. These declarations may feel unnatural at first because they challenge the old energetic identity. But repetition plus emotion rewires reality. As Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That assumption becomes your new magnetic core. What's vital to understand is that wealth is not something you chase, it is something you align with. And alignment comes from identity. The more you step into the beingness of a spiritually wealthy soul, the more money begins to show up, not because you begged for it, but because you finally matched it. This is not arrogance or delusion, it is spiritual authority. The universe recognizes you when you recognize yourself. When you shift your identity from a state of lack to a state of divine sufficiency, your outer world must respond. It has no choice. The energy field of I am is the architect of your reality. So if you want more money, stop asking how to get it, and start asking, who must I become? The third spiritual money law is the law of non-resistance, and it governs the speed and ease with which money can enter your life. Spiritually, money behaves like water, it flows where there is least resistance. Most people, however, create unconscious blockages that restrict this natural flow. They attempt to manifest money while simultaneously stressing about how it will come, when it will come, and whether it will be enough. This anxiety and control-based energy sends out a frequency of scarcity, which repels the very abundance they are trying to invite. In spiritual terms, to resist is to fear, to force, or to doubt. And as long as these energies dominate your relationship with money, the universe is not moved by desperation, it is moved by faith. And non-resistance is a posture of deep inner trust. It is a knowing that everything you need is already forming in the unseen, and your job is not to make it happen, but to allow it to happen. This law teaches that the less you fight against the current, the faster the river of wealth carries you to your desires. The moment you release the grip of how, when, and through whom the money must appear, you open the floodgates to unexpected miracles. It could be a surprise opportunity, a gift, a refund, a contract, or a divine connection. But it cannot reach you while you're clinging to mental resistance. Practicing non-resistance doesn't mean passivity, it means aligned participation. You take inspired action, but you detach from rigid timelines and outcomes. You don't chase money, you invite it. You become like a tree rooted in the soil of trust, not a leaf panicking in the wind of every delay or detour. And here's the paradox, the more relaxed your spirit, the faster your results. That's why some people manifest abundance effortlessly, they've stopped resisting life. They have surrendered their fears, purified their intentions, and become a welcoming space for wealth to land. Resistance says, I must make it happen. Non-resistance says, it is already done, I just align. Energetically, resistance is often rooted in past trauma, experiences of not having enough, being abandoned financially, or seeing money used as a weapon. These experiences lodge fear into the body, creating unconscious tension. That's why part of mastering this law is not just changing thoughts, but also healing the nervous system. Breathwork, prayer, and spiritual surrender practices help dissolve these blocks. Because when your body is at peace, your soul becomes receptive. And a receptive soul is magnetic. The law of non-resistance. NCE is a divine invitation to stop fighting with money, and to start flowing with it. Beloved soul, these spiritual money laws are not new, they have always been here, quietly shaping your financial experience, whether you knew them or not. But today, something has shifted. Today, awareness has opened a door that can never be closed again. You now understand that wealth is not simply about effort or external struggle. It is about spiritual permission, identity alignment, and energetic flow. When you say yes to abundance with your entire being, when your beliefs, your self-image, and your energy all come into divine agreement, then nothing can stop the floodgates of prosperity from opening. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to beg the universe for scraps of increase. You are the living expression of divine abundance. You were born worthy. You are not trying to become rich, you are simply remembering who you are, and when that remembrance becomes embodied, money begins to find you. Opportunities chase you. Blessings multiply. Because spiritual wealth is not something you earn. It is something you align with. And the moment you do, the laws go to work on your behalf. So take this message, not as information, but as an activation. You are now the vessel through which divine prosperity flows. Say yes. Walk in it. And let the laws serve you.